Welcome into the Sharp Sports YouTube podcast. My name is Andrew Sharp. We'll be talking everything Denver sports and beyond. Please like and subscribe if you are a sports fan like me. Let's do this.
Welcome into the Sharp Sports YouTube podcast. My name is Andrew Sharp. Well, the Denver Nuggets unfortunately fall to the Minnesota Timberwolves 119-114 in a game in Denver that I was able to attend. Started out great. Denver was unbelievable in the first quarter, 39 points, a couple of and ones off three-pointers for 4-point plays, and all of a sudden Denver's up big, 14 after one. Things are looking great. Unfortunately, though, as stated in the series, this would be a game of, and a series really, of runs. And so Denver's early run that they made in the first quarter that was pretty unbelievable. I believe they scored, they scored 17 points unanswered pretty much early. Came back, second quarter was a completely different story. Pretty strange, actually, that literally the scores were reversed first to second quarter, with Minnesota scoring 25 in the first, 39 in the second. Nuggets scoring 39 in the first and 25 in the second quarter. And even then, a last-second Jamal three-pointer, or else it wouldn't have been a three-pointer, a tie score, I should say, at halftime. But unfortunately for the Nuggets, as they played throughout this game, it felt like they got worn down, especially Minnesota's physicality. Really wore down the Nuggets pretty hard. And unfortunately for the Nuggets, drop a home game to tie the series at one apiece. And now we have a series, as I definitely expected this to be a hard series for the Nuggets. It's not man overboard by any means, but the Nuggets have some things that they need to improve on heading to Game 3 in Minnesota on Thursday. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that right now. I actually want to go to kind of the end of the game to start out talking about this in the fourth quarter, where really the T-Wolves really played very well, decided to attack Nikola Jokic, Nikola has never been the most amazing defensive player for a man his size. I'm not saying anything new. And his brilliance come more on the offensive side than the defensive side. But he still plays center position, and he's still one of the bigs for the Nugs against a Minnesota team that has tremendous size. Again, a Minnesota team that was built by Tim Connolly, former Denver Nuggets GM, built specifically to play against a large team like the Denver Nuggets. And so when you have Nikola Jokic as your main focal point, as your tall guy on the floor playing defense, and he's getting worked, where the Wolves are just attacking him over and over and over, and either he's not getting the right type of help defensively, or frankly he's just getting beat by guys driving up by him, it becomes a problem. And I've definitely praised Nikola Jokic many times over on this channel. The Denver Nuggets would never be really in any position to win anything of significance without him. However, he had a poor game. There's no beating around the bush around this. As much as I have praised him, especially defensively, they don't need him to be a defensive specialist, but he can't just be basically a wooden log that or soccer cone that everyone just dribbles around, which is kind of what happened at various points in this game, especially for the Timberwolves, who basically figured out midway through the game to just keep attacking. The other part of it was because of Minnesota's physicality and the way they play, they do wear down the Nuggets. You saw Jamal Murray get tired in the game. And clearly that's a very hard defensive assignment both for either Jamal Murray or Christian Braun to guard Anthony Edwards, who is a physical specimen, and they wore down as well. The other part of wearing down for Nikola, getting tired, Jonas Valanciunas, who I praised for the Nuggets bringing in to alleviate some of the pressure on Nikola during the regular season, really could still use some valuable minutes as a gigantic man in a very big series against a very large team like Minnesota. Brought him in. He kind of had 2 fouls, got frustrated. Jonas Valanciunas, I believe, ended up finishing, played 3 minutes, didn't take a shot, had 2 rebounds as a -4. He literally was a zero factor in the game. And so I really think there's still more to be had. I understand that he's had some in and outs of favor with David Adelman throughout the season, but I still think in a series like this, Jonas Valanciunas can provide valuable backup minutes to not, because this is going to be a very physically taxing series for Nikola Jokic. And so getting 3 minutes out of Jonas Valanciunas is not the answer. Spencer Jones is not the answer either. Yeah, he's a nice story, but this is big boy basketball. It's not time to be playing Spencer Jones. 10 minutes, 0 points. Really, was in there basically taking fouls. But other than that, there's got to be more to that. And unfortunately for the Nuggets in this game, a third big man who had kind of an off game, and the Nuggets are not the same. Aaron Gordon does not have a spectacular series, quite frankly. 37 points, 37 minutes, 8 points, 3 of 9, 1 of 4. Really didn't bring a whole lot of juice. Looked kind of tired. Maybe he's still kind of coming back from that hamstring, and so Aaron Gordon can be up and down. But the point is Nuggets. I'm talking all about Nuggets bigs. Aaron Gordon, Jonas Valanciunas, Nikola Jokic. 3 gigantic guys, and they need those guys to be great because the Timberwolves have their own trio of Julius Randle, Rudy Gobert, and Naz Reid. 3 guys who are absolutely outstanding physical players, large players, big guys. And so if the Nuggets are going to win this series, the 3 bigs for the Nugs have to be better than the 3 bigs for the Timberwolves, or else the Timberwolves will win this series. And of course, as I tweeted out earlier in the game, it was amazing because Nikola Jokic was getting everyone else involved, not scoring a whole lot, but really felt like the offense and everything was flowing through him in the first quarter. However, that being said, when certain guys aren't stepping up or playing better, it is incumbent upon Nikola Jokic to take over and score more of the Nuggets' offensive points. Case in point, at the end of the game, instead of taking the floater that was there to possibly tie up the game, he makes possibly the correct basketball decision to pass outlet to Christian Brown. But the shot for Nikola was right there. Pass out to Christian Brown. Now, of course, Christian Brown ended up missing the free throw, took accountability after the game. But if the Nuggets are going to go down, they need to go down swinging with the best player. I understand that there are certain guys, the infamous Michael Jordan shot where he passes to Steve Kerr to win the NBA Finals. So certain role players, lesser players, need to make critical shots, and Christian Brown didn't make that shot or the free throws. But in that moment, that's set up for the big man. Set up for the big man to really come and deliver in that moment. And unfortunately, he decided to pass, which again, him took the blame, I should say, at the end of the press conference, saying that basically, looking back on it, he should have taken the floater. Granted, all that would have done was tie the game. The Nuggets effectively were ineffective in the fourth quarter, got outscored 29-21, and honestly, it felt worse than that, where they couldn't make a shot. I mean, they just went ice cold in the game. Too many threes. I would have been happier if the Nuggets had been driving to the basket, try to get some more of the Minnesota players into even more foul trouble than they already were, shoot some free throws, and win the game that way. But it's a rough game. Certainly, I would not be surprised at all if the Nuggets go to Minnesota and win Game 3. But we have a series on our hands, which doesn't surprise me at all. This will be a rough series for the Nuggets. I still think I picked it 4-2 to begin with. Obviously, that's not looking as good right now. But it's yet to be determined. I will be definitely happy to watch Game 3. But I think for the Nuggets, it's going to be one of those times where either one of 2 things happens. Either Nikola Jokic completely takes over and scores 40 or 50 points in Game 3, or finally some of the other guys, if they're going to collapse on Nikola all the time, other guys have to step up and make shots. That includes Jamal Murray. That includes Christian Brown. That includes Tim Hardaway, who played pretty well, Bruce Brown. If you have an open 3, if you are getting open, uncontested shots based on passes from Nikola Jokic, you got to be shooting at least 40%, hopefully 50% of those open jumpers, because Minnesota's too physical not to take advantage of open shot opportunities in this matchup. Anyway, my name is Andrew Sharp, Sharp's YouTube podcast. Thanks for tuning into my content. I really appreciate it. And looking forward to Game 3 with the Nugs. Go Nugs. We'll see how they do in Minnesota, but they are in for a battle in the first round. But I'm still very confident in their ability to compete and win in advance in this series. Thanks a lot.